Baby, baby, you're my sun and moon. Girl, you're Yo, everything that you and I do, we do for love. Hear me out. A lot of people have been talking about all of this, purpose and all of this, myself included, right? About what you ought to do and how you ought to live. But essentially, all of our efforts, they all go towards love. Towards the desire of giving or receiving love. Even with villains in hero stories and whatever. At the end of the day, most people just want love. One way or another. Really think about it. Sit down even with the worst of people and then figure out that that's truly the case. And it's a beautiful thing because if you can realize this and look at your own life, you can realize how things can be easier. I recently asked, what's your favorite, what would you choose? The perfect career or the perfect relationship? It's a good question. It's so good that I myself started thinking about it when a viewer asked me, and I was like, damn, what the fuck is my choice? What would I do, right? What would I prefer? In the past, I have given up a perfect relationship for the sake of my career. Well, maybe it wasn't so perfect, but anyway. And I gave it up because I felt like I was letting go of myself, and I felt like I was going to end up being regretful. And if I ended up being regretful because I held back or whatever, because I was so in love, blah, 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 then maybe I would have made that person also become regretful of holding me back. And obviously I didn't want a future where we'd both be sad. I didn't understand this as well as I did now, but I had a hunch, a feeling in a gut feeling that told me I need to go, I need to leave, and I need to do something else. This is not the right time for me to be in a relationship. This is before I was a religious man. I now believe in Allah, alhamdulillah. And I'm saving myself for marriage. But because of this, a lot of the times I lose hope, right? I see a lot of young couples and I see a lot of people and I think to myself, is it worth it waiting until the right moment? But yes, it is. Because everything that we do for love. Remember that and engrave it in your skin like a tattoo. When you are choosing your career path, when you are choosing the things that you want to do, you want more love in the world. You want to feel it and you want to give it. A lot of people overcomplicate themselves, especially nowadays, because we have this fallacy of, success means this thing and it's a concrete object and lifestyle, whereas it is different for all of us. For you, it's something that is not mine. For me, it's something that is not yours. Success is, of course, subjective, and it's not, money, big house, great family, whatever. These are things which, of course, are signs of success, but it is not success itself. You see it very often, rich people being still unsatisfied, still being unhappy, and makes you think what it is that people want, and it is love. People want love. You want love. I want love. So come and give it to me, baby. No, I'm kidding. There is a million, and I mean a million things that I could say about love and how to live your life, but I'm really nobody for you to be listening to still. However, I'd like you to reflect on this. The things that you do in your life, should they be hard? Should they be, sad? Should they make you feel angry? Not necessarily. They should, however, be challenging in a positive way that you want to achieve this. You want to make this thing happen. That's in your mind. That's in your life. And to make it happen, of course, you're going to require hard efforts. You're going to require some competition. You're going to require a lot of things. And to achieve it, of course, you do it for love. But to achieve it, you're going to have difficulties. But not the sense of depression or anything like that. You may feel frustration, but this is because you love this thing. It's like when you're trying to help somebody that you love and then they're messing up on things that you've already conquered. Maybe a bad sleep routine, maybe a addiction to a certain substance, whatever. It's something that you no longer struggle with and you see them struggling and you're like, oh, but just get it together. You can do this, right? But they mess up and you feel frustrated because you love this person so much. This type of love, right, that you give to others, start giving to yourself and to your career and your life. I still don't know which one's better. There may be not a better thing. A career or a relationship, like a perfect one for both. Which one's better? I don't know. I asked my mother yesterday, and without a doubt in her mind, she just immediately replied, perfect relationship. It makes sense. Typically speaking, if you asked 100 men and 100 women, more women than men will say perfect relationship. But I was thinking about this and I started to believe that I too want a perfect relationship first, because I'm not so much in control as a perfect person coming into my life. Not perfect person, but perfect person for me. As the perfect career, right? I could always go up and down. I am, however, in control of my efforts for the perfect career, and I am in control of my emotions for the perfect person. So it was a tough question. I was juggling between the two. And though I made the decision to go for a career, life changes, right? If I went back now, I don't know what I would choose. Obviously, because my feelings aren't the same, then maybe I wouldn't choose the same thing. But if I went back with my mentality and my feelings of before, who knows? Maybe I would have stayed in the relationship instead. I had an agency some time ago. Damn, it's been about a year. Crazy how time flies. So yeah, about a year ago I had an agency. And I started generating money finally after like half a year of not generating anything because I was not working right. When I finally started to get things going, God, I condemn myself for this. But the moment that I finally got some success, I realized it's not what I wanted. The whole time, so I changed it and I wanted to do some coaching. I had practiced some coaching in person. It helped, it ended up going well. I helped people with substance addiction, with weight loss, all of this shit, whatever. So I thought, okay, what if I tried to do it online? And this is kind of what I'm transitioning into. I'm making a few things in the backstage, and I'm not going to bore you with my life. This is about you. The point is that as I was doing this agency work, every day was dreary. Every day was boring. Every day was, I have to do this. I have to do it. And not with a smile on my face, but rather with heaviness in my shoulders. I finally got some success after I started to find interest in my prospects. And, one thing led to another. And finally I got this guy called John. And we started working together. And then because he liked what I did for him, he recommended me to a few of his friends. And then I was about to go crazy, and do my services for like 5 companies from 0 to 1 to 5. Like in the span of 1 month. So it was all going to be great. But then I was like, you know what? This is not what I want to do. I am making an impact, yeah. But it's not the impact or the work that I want to be doing. And for how long will I be doing this? Just so I generate enough money so that I can then do the thing that I really want to do? No, I don't want to wait. You shouldn't wait. Life is not about securing your... A lot of people think this way, unfortunately. But it's not about securing your assets so that later on you can actually do the thing that you really want to do. Because it never ends and it's never really over. It's one thing after another. And if you don't start now, the universe will conspire to put objects in your way, one after the other. But if you start now, the whole universe is going to conspire to help you. If you start doing something that you truly love, you may not be seeing any success as of yet. I'm not, but I love what I do. And I want to do it more and more and more. And it's not waking up every day and be like, oh, I'm going to make another video, or I need to write another chapter or whatever. But rather, I look at these things and I'm super happy about it. Sometimes I feel a little bit nervous because it's things that I really care about. For example, if you were a singer, you've probably experienced this, where you are shy the moment that you start singing in front of others. But you love it. You love singing and you love, singing in front of others. But you just feel so shy and awkward about it. This happens to me, right? I mean, I'm not by any means a good singer just yet. But whenever I have to sing in front of somebody, I just start messing up and I get all shy and timid and, ooh and stuff. So this is going to happen with things that you're passionate about, things that you love. Nevertheless, you should prioritize and do these things 1,000,000 times over before doing the things that you don't really want to do, but you're forcing yourself to do it. Identify in your life the things that you don't want to do and think to yourself, why am I still doing it? And get away from that. Don't think about, but security, safety net, whatever. Would you rather live a life of safety but displeasement, or a life of a burning ember, burning passion and desire that just goes at it, that conquers the horizon, or maybe tries to, but fails, but at least you try to and you live life in a much more grand manner? I prefer the second option. Most people probably would too, but if you're I think all people would, but if you're lacking the courage, you may say, oh well, safety net is better, and then You gave yourself the excuse of eventually I'll do it. Eventually you'll be dead, and me too. And we'll be raised either up high or down below. So it's your pick, man. If life is a test, you ought to pass it with flying colors by doing the thing that you really want to do. Not by doing what's safe or what should be decided for your... What would be the best option, right? The best option is the option that's in your heart. So adhere to it. Anyway, snappy video. Hope it made some sense. Sorry, I came in with a lot of energy. I don't know how coherent I was. So if I wasn't very much so, I won't release it, but I'll check the video. Anyway, strive to be 1% better every day, and much love. Quick reminder to fix your posture and take deep breaths into your diaphragm from your nose.